Let me tell you something that most men will never understand. Women don't respect the man that wants them. Nah, they respect the man that's able to walk away. There's a difference. See, the moment she feels like you need her, something shifts. Not attraction, but power. Once she feels like she's your emotional oxygen, respect starts to evaporate. The guy who doesn't need her, he moves different, he speaks different, he reacts completely different. That's exactly what we're going to discuss today. Because most aren't losing women, they're losing leverage. Let's talk about it. First things first, understand that neediness is not loud. It doesn't sound like begging. It sounds like, are we good? You still like me? Why are you acting different? Did I do something wrong? It's subtle, but it screams insecurity. A man who needs a woman is like a drowning person grabbing onto a boat. He doesn't care if it tips over. He just doesn't want to sink. So understand that women can feel that shift instantly. Talking about ASAP. The more you need reassurance, the more reassuring you become. Because now she will feel responsible for your emotional stability. Once she becomes your emotional caretaker, romance dies, respect fades away, desire weakens. Think of it like this. If someone has unlimited access to oxygen, they won't value it the same. It's there, it's constant, it's expected. But hold your breath for 30 seconds, now oxygen matters, right? The man who doesn't need her is like controlled air. He's not suffocating. He's not withdrawing to manipulate. He just doesn't overextend it. He doesn't chase, he doesn't panic, he doesn't overtext. His attention is earned, and anything that must be earned is respected. This is exactly what I break down in the Art of Detachment, because detachment isn't about being cold. It's about not making someone your oxygen. The moment you stop needing someone to breathe emotionally, you become dangerous in a calm way. You can check it out in the top link description, pin comments. But you've noticed this before. The calm guy in the room, he doesn't speak much, he doesn't react much, he doesn't prove much. But when he talks, everybody listens. It's because his energy isn't scattered. Men who need a woman are reactive. Men who don't need a woman are grounded. Let me give you an example. It's like a tree in a storm. The branches that are desperate to move with the wind, snap. The tree, that stays rooted. It survives every season. Women don't respect chaos. They respect control. And control starts with emotional independence. So you staying calm, you not branching out, you not panicking, overreacting, makes you elite, makes you dangerous in any situation. Because you are fully aligned with yourself. You are fully in tune with your emotions. You don't let people take you out of character. You don't let people try to get a reaction out of you, because you will realize in life that most people want to get a reaction out of you. Especially if they're upset with you, if they're this or that. They want you to move differently, especially if you're a calm individual, especially if you're laid back. You can think about this in your life, that people that were trying to test you, people that were trying to get you to react a certain way, it was because they couldn't break your character. It was because they see you are fully aligned with yourself. That makes people uncomfortable, especially the people that can't control themselves. They start spazzing out. They start panicking. How does he stay so calm? How does he stay centered? And when you fold, when you overreact, when you give in to their temptations, that they want you to crash out. That's why I always say, don't crash out. Stay calm, especially in life in general, not only dealing with women. But let me clarify, not needing her does not mean you don't care, you ignore her, you become cold, you act arrogant. It means your life is full without her. She's an addition, not the foundation. When a man makes a woman the center of his world super early, he collapses his own structure. You'll realize this too in life. You've seen probably friends, others, that it's like they get a new girl, it's like you don't know them. You can't reach them, nowhere to be found. And then when they break up, and then when stuff goes left, shit goes right, they start, it's like, whoa, blowing you up, blah, blah, blah. It's like, it becomes a nightmare. It's like, whoa, what is going on? This is the same type of dude that was calm, laid back, chill, right? But some certain people, they just spiral. It's like they make her the priority. Everything else is behind. So now when your structure collapses, she no longer feels safe inside it. It's like, whoa, even just for a small argument, or this or something happened, you're spiraling. It looks like you don't realize it, but what that gives off is chaos, disruption, confusion. It's like, what's going on? What's good with this guy? She no longer feels safe inside it. Like, come on. And understand that women respect a man who has discipline, direction, boundaries, and a purpose outside of them. You have a life meaning. You have a God-given purpose. You're not dependent on whether she's in it or not. You weren't born with to be compatible with somebody else. You were born alone, right? Unless you had twins or this, that. You have a reason you're here on earth. I know many guys don't understand why they're here. They're still stuck in this illusion, right? Arguing about this, arguing about that, arguing about shit that they can't control. Listening and getting feed information to disrupt their mindset, right? To not realize who they are. Because they're lost. They're confused. They don't know what they're doing here. They can't take risks. It's impossible. They can't bet on them, so they rather go bet on the app. Right? The difference is that man who stays grounded, who has direction, who has a purpose, right? He isn't trying to extract value from her. He already has value. And when you operate like that, you don't cling, you don't choose, it doesn't affect you. That shift alone changes how she sees you. You must understand that. You have to stay disciplined. You have to stay sharp. You have to start looking at it like that, because she's an addition to your life. She cannot be the whole main thing. I don't care how attractive you think she is. Once you give off that energy, they will use that to their advantage. Once she realizes that, okay, I'm his everything, right? We see dudes like this, simps, that orchestrate this, that make this known, right? She is my whole world. You will realize slowly in life, these type of men will self-destruct when shit goes south, when she ends up leaving him for whatever reason. It can be 1,000 different reasons, we don't know, but it will happen if you prioritize her, right? Because this is not Disney Channel. You cannot act like she is your whole world. Like, as good as it sounds, like, this is not reality, and you will find out quickly if you think so. I don't care if it's been going well for a while, for a couple years now. When you have that mindset, when shit goes south, man, you have to realize it. Because you can't control people. You can control yourself, though. So you can't, and I'm not trying to give off that vibe to say, always expect her to leave. In that aspect, yes, but understand that you are the main course, if that makes sense. You bring a lot to the table. So you have to start looking at it like she's an addition to my life. Whether she stays or leave, it doesn't disrupt what you got going on. You can still treat her how you want to treat her. You can still make her your world if that's what you want to do, right? And men that do that normally don't have that much experience with women. So they get fast into a relationship. And they don't know how to act. And it's okay, right? Because you got to start somewhere. But you'll realize sooner than later that acting like this or behaving like this will just disrupt everything that you got going on. Because now it's affecting your job, it's affecting your purpose, it's affecting stuff that you already had going on. But because something happened, maybe a small minor fight and a little quick breakup, now you're spiraling. You're like, it's becoming chaos in your world, right? Now you're starting, it feels like on some Machiavelli shit, right? Like on, shout out to Tupac, on Me Against the World. Like, now you're starting to look at things like this. You get into arguments with people, you're right, friends, family. Like, now it's becoming, and I know exactly what you feel. Here's where most guys fail. When she pulls away slightly, some are panicking, they're double texting, they're over explaining, they're increasing effort, they're trying to fix the vibe. It's like so much going on. It's like they don't know what to do, so they're doing everything. Like, let me do this and that, and then maybe do this, and let me just shoot for the stars and just hit it with this message, or it's not gonna work. You have to understand in life, especially in life, that the more you do, sometimes it doesn't work that way. More doesn't less. Say less. Do less. That's why less is more. And you can see this video up here if you need a full breakdown. But the guy that doesn't need her, he mirrors energy calmly. If she pulls back, he continues his life. He doesn't threaten to leave. He doesn't announce detachment. That's a major, especially an important one I want guys to understand, because many guys will say this and this and that in the comments, like, oh, but you're not doing that behind closed doors. You know you're not doing that. You probably letting her know that you about to leave. You're not really ghosting her, because I work with men and I see how you guys respond. Many are not doing what I say. Completely detached. Well, you're not arguing. You're not bringing up you're about to leave. You stay focused on your life. You act like it doesn't affect you. You will slowly start to see how she reacts. And if you're dealing with this with people in general, friends, this, that, instead of arguing, instead of starting fights, instead of leading with your fists, completely detached from situations that does not match the energy you are providing. If you're giving much love, if you're giving and you're just getting disrespect towards you, why engage? Why, especially when people want a reaction from you, why do all that? Why not just completely detach? Just boom. Because you need to understand that your energy is precious. What you give your time to, your energy, how your life orchestrates. So the guy that just stays solid, that's where respect builds. Because now she sees he's not emotionally dependent, he's emotionally disciplined. There's a difference. And if she wants to leave because you're not fully engaged, you're not chasing her, you're still good. You don't have to indulge in these games. They will expect that though. But there's a reason why respect precedes attraction. You must understand this. Because the truth that nobody says, attraction without respect doesn't last. You can be attractive, you can be super attractive, you can think you pull all this, but if you don't get respect from women, you will lose her faster than you got her. She might be attracted to you physically, but if she doesn't respect you emotionally, she'll test you, she'll challenge you, she'll pull away. She will see how much control she has. Guaranteed. But on the contrary, if she respects you, she relaxes because she knows you won't tolerate nonsense. She knows you won't chase her validation. Do you see the difference? She knows she can't manipulate your emotions. It's a major one. Fellas, I want you to understand, because when they know that you're not up for these games, like majority of men, like maybe I'll say 75 to 85% of men. You might be an exception, but there's a lot of people here on earth. I promise you, they're not reacting the same way me or you does. Guarantee you that. So I promise you, they will be more emotionally drawn to you. They are emotionally drawn to men that they can't control. In better terms, emotionally control. Because she will try to, especially with emotions. That's why you see women acting a certain way to get a reaction out of you. Majority of the times. The guy who doesn't need her moves from abundance. Right? And when I say abundance, it doesn't necessarily mean having multiple women. It's about having options in life. Understand the difference. Whether you want to do that with multiple women, that's on you. That's on you. If you can maintain that for a while, then so be it. It's always best to be transparent, especially if you're a high value guy. They'll most likely be okay with it if you just tell them straight up. But you might have to do some tricking, you might have to do some simping in order to maintain that, so be prepared. But it's about having options in life. Options in focus, option in mission, options in discipline. If she feels like she's your only source of happiness, pressure builds. But when she sees that you're fulfilled without her, curiosity builds, mystery builds, respect builds. Because she feels like she has to earn her position. Does that make sense? Not maintain it through your insecurity. This entire mindset shift is why detachment matters so much. See, most guys, they misunderstand it. They think detachment means distance. No, it means strength. It means you're stable whether she stays or she leaves. And that stability is rare. Let me leave you with this. Women don't respect the man that needs them. They respect the man who chooses them. Needs equivalent to, I can't function without you. Choice says, I want you, but I don't require you. You want to come? If not, I'm good. I'll find another. As grimy as it sounds, you know what I mean. 7 billion people here on earth, so you are wildly tripping if you think she is the girl of your dreams, right? Like you think this is fairy tale or some Disney Channel shit. So understand that choice is power. If you really want to understand this deeper, the psychology, the framework, the discipline behind it, that's exactly why I wrote The Art of Detachment. Because once you master that internal shift, you stop chasing, you stop reacting, you stop collapsing under silence. And you start moving like the man she respects. Guaranteed. So remember, build a life so strong that she has to fit into it, not the other way around. That's the difference. That's why he's different. And that's why he's respected. If you guys like this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, share this video with somebody who needs to see this, and watch this video up next. And I'll catch you guys on to the next one, man. Be safe, be easy. Love y'all, man.